All right, Scott Squad, we are back in the building and some things have been popping off. But listen, your boy had to study for his real estate exam. Like it's coming up and I got to pass this thing. So anyway, it's long overdue. We had, if you know, you know. But baby, let me tell you something. We got to talk about this Escape SWV. Tamar, Candy drama, because it's still going on. It's so many twists and turns that's being taken right now, baby. So if you missed any of the drama today, let me go ahead and clue you in as to what's going on, because we got also candid details about these stolen checks. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Would it be called? Well, allegedly stolen checks. Let me say alleged. Okay. But baby, we got some candid details coming from Tamika Scott about how that $30,000 got cashed. Okay, so let's get into it. First things first. Did y'all happen to catch Tamar posted up in this photo with SWB, baby? Because you know that song that she has out changed is a sample from SWV. Oh, yes, baby. Oh, yes. So she basically put this post up, hugging on and caressing on in a warm embrace and celebrating with SWV. She says it's Women's History Month and I want to take a moment to show love to the incredible SWV. The impact you ladies have had on the industry is amazing. You guys have inspired so many of us. I've been a fan and I'm still a fan and I'm honored to have sampled you all on my new single Changed. Okay. Tay. First of all, Tamar can sing her face off. Ain't no denying the talent that is in her throat. Okay. You can't deny it. She is a singing thing. But she also get a little messy now. Okay. Now, you got to admit, after all the stuff that's been going on this week, to now post this. Now, I get it. You could interpret it as, okay, here's the thing. If what had happened this week hadn't happened with her and Candy, I wouldn't even, I don't think many of us will blink an eye about this. You know what I'm saying? We'd be like, oh, yo, she's throwing love to SWV. But in light of the SWV versus Escape controversy that has been going on the show with who is getting top billing, and then the Tamar and Candy of it all, it's just like it could be a coincidence. I got to go ahead and say that. It could be a coincidence, but it also could be a little bit of shade at the end of the day. Y'all let me know what you think. Coinky dink or shade. Regardless, the tune is fire. Y'all know we all around here. I love SWV. I love the Escapes. I love the Tamar. I love the Braxtons. So, you know, I feel crazy, man. I feel crazy because, you know, our favorite peoples are arguing, you know, and it's difficult. But anyway, we got to talk about these checks, okay? These checks. So, you know how on the SWV and Escape show, Tamika had basically accused Latocha's husband of taking her money. Okay, 30 to the tune of $30,000. But really, it was some gaps that needed to be filled in because many of us didn't really understand. If you didn't watch Tamika's video, okay, you might not have really gotten down into the nitty gritty of, she went into a lot more of what happened that day. But in this interview with Access ATL that is posted on the Candy Burris fan page, she really does a deep dive into how this whole thing happened. So I'm going to give you guys the Cliff Notes version. Essentially, someone named Miss Diane, because they call her by name, who has, I guess, was maybe working on Escape's behalf with, I think it was Sound Exchange, which basically helps artists collect royalties. And so this is just one of the ways that they can collect royalties. And so this particular organization, Miss Diane was trying to get them signed up for it so that they could, you know, collect their coins as they supposed to, right? So went to all the girls and tried to, you know, get all the girls, you know, to get signed up with this and everything so that they can get their coin. So apparently Now this story involves, okay, fake email addresses allegedly. It involves allegedly fraudulently signing checks. Okay, let's get into it. Now, again, I say alleged for all of this because I don't know. I was not there. I am only going on what Tamika then told us via this interview. So basically, what she said was that somebody had forged her name on the checks that had come in for these royalties, right? So, and then they had also signed Rocky Bivens' name, allegedly, and then cashed those checks. Now, this was about 9 years ago. And at the time, they all say that at that time, you could technically do that and endorse a signature for someone else if that someone else also had allegedly signed, right? So you could be signing with someone on the check. Now, I don't know if they still do that. I ain't never seen it happen. So I don't know. I'm just telling you what they told us, right? So at the time, I believe Tamika was living in New York. So however she had gotten signed up, the checks ended up going to her mama house where Latocha was also staying at the time. Again, I say all of this is alleged. So then apparently there were communications. You know how like when you sign up for a service, you sign up also with an email address. So apparently somebody had made up a fake Tamika Scott like email address and was corresponding with the organization that way. Also, apparently someone has sent in a version of her passport that was signed, but not by her. Okay. So it was a alleged forgery. Okay. And because she claims that she had never signed her passport. I don't know how that worked. But, and apparently they're used to having to send, passports and personal ID documentation and social security numbers and stuff like that for, travel and other types of things dealing with the group. The ins and the outs of travel and being in a R&B group. I'm sure somebody is handling passports and whatnot when they got to go in and out the country or whatever the case may be. So that is essentially what Tamika is saying occur with those checks. So she is very clearly naming Rocky Bivens as the person who was cashing those checks. We say allegedly, but baby, watch the interview. The clips are in the description down below. It is a good interview. It goes into detail about whether or not they're actually going to continue to work with Latocha at all, or if they're going to continue as a trio. I can go ahead and give you a spoiler alert right now. They're going to continue on as a trio, but I think they're kind of leaving it open for Latocha. They just really don't want to be dealing with her husband, Rocky. It's really kind of sounding like, I don't know, like I don't want to say, I done seen a lot of people equate this whole situation to the Wendy Williams situation, to the way, her ex-husband was managing and running the ship or whatever. People have been equating it to that, allegedly. Again, everything's alleged. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about this situation. It's a very deep story. And I don't understand. Well, we may never get this Escape biopic because quiet as it's kept, they would all have to agree on it in order for it to be done. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't even know if they would be able to all come together to do it, because in order to tell the story completely and truthfully, that means that everyone would have to be transparent and honest. And it sounds like from the way that they're describing it, Tamika was like during the time when this was happening and it was being confronted, Latocha was silent as a church mouse and not having nothing to say. So where did the $30,000 go? Somebody let us know. Anyway, if more drama happens to pop off between SWV, Escape, Tamar, Latocha, and whatever else going on, best believe, we're going to talk about it because, I mean, it's popping off right now in the news. And, I am a little tired of it. But that's just for this week until the next thing happens. Anyway, that's all the tea I got for y'all right now. It's a late night creep. Y'all know how we do it sometimes, especially right now when I'm on travel. So we're going to have to make it do what it do. Make it do our pop, 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 as Tamar says. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next video.
So, Desiree Davenport, what are you hoping to accomplish with this show?
Honestly, I've lost everything in the most horrible way possible. And listen, I want it all back. I'm willing to build it piece by piece, and I mean brick by brick.
Oh, honey, she is done. I bet you a Birkin she doesn't last all season with us. Just watch.
I'm Misha Hill, and I'd like to consider myself the matriarch of this dynamic group of ladies. I mean, someone has to keep them under control.
I'm Davita Delaney.
I mean, I think I could teach these ladies a thing or two about how to get and keep a good man.
They said she was a gold digger, but you ain't hear that from me.
I'm just really looking forward to being surrounded by other empowering bosses.
Yes, I know exactly what she's doing. And if she keep playing in my face, I'm gonna have to let her all her dirty little secrets just like she did to me. And I'm not playing.
Let's get this straight. If I brought you into this circle, I just as easily can take you out. She ain't running nothing over here, okay? She needs to be worried about running that household and worried about why that husband of hers is never at home.
Oh, hell.
Ooh, child, this is about to be a mess.
Oh my God, I hate mess. What in the world did I get myself into?